Thank you, Norway and distinguished delegates, for allowing us to share a message that resonates deeply with youth. The use of explosive weapons in populated areas, also known as EWIPA, is not a distant concept, but an unsettling reality affecting our lives, education, communities, environment, and the fundamental right to live safely. Hailing from 14 countries, we gathered in London this February to share our powerful stories of resilience and pain. We wrote this statement for you today because we need progress. Amongst us, we have people who have been displaced, injured, and psychologically harmed by explosive weapons.
For those of us living with EWIPA, fear has become an inevitable part of our daily lives. We live in a constant insecurity, and our future is uncertain. The political declaration is a milestone which has the power to significantly strengthen the protection of civilians and a proof of a growing understanding of devastating impacts of EWIPA. Regrettably, signing is not enough, as our lives are at stake.
Many of us come from states that have experienced the dire and detrimental impact of weather, such as Nigeria, Pakistan, the Philippines, Sudan, Syria, and Ukraine. Destruction of some of our cities has resulted in civilian deaths, injuries, displacement, loss of access to civil services such as education and healthcare, and the environmental harms such as water, soil, and air contamination. We are not alone.
The use of explosive weapons in Gaza has resulted in what the UN Secretary General described as a graveyard for children. In Syria, the use of these weapons has destroyed homes and cities, resulting in the largest refugee crisis in the world, according to the UNHCR, with over 12 million Syrians forcibly displaced. In Ukraine, the war has resulted in the destruction of critical infrastructure, including medical and education facilities, damaged cultural heritage, and the contamination of more than 174,000 square kilometers of land. In Sudan, the ongoing civil war has caused more than 6.1 million internally displaced people, making it the largest internal displacement crisis in the world.
In the Philippines, after the siege of Marawi and the use of explosive weapons there, the community still lack full access to critical service 6 years later. In parts of Nigeria, IEDs pose a great danger to civilians, hinder access to farmlands, and obstruct social and economic development. Similarly, in Pakistan, insecurity caused by explosive weapons have resulted in an estimated 22.8 million children not attending school. These patterns of harm are found globally. Endorsing the declaration is a positive first step. However, an endorsement is insufficient without following up action. Considering the devastating effects of EWIPA, action is needed now. Our people, our hospitals, and our schools cannot keep waiting.
To facilitate the implementation, context-sensitive national action plans should be prepared, which assign responsibilities to all actors who are obliged to implement the declaration, particularly Articles 3.3 and 3. International cooperation must complement. Acknowledging that endorsing states have different capacities, we recommend that states consider a fund in order to build implementation capacity. Successful implementation requires strong monitoring and evaluation framework. Disaggregated data on EWIPA's impact is key to uphold transparency and accountability, and to track progress on implementation. Data is crucial to demonstrate EWIPA's impact upon intersecting issues. The signatory countries should give particular consideration to marginalized communities.
If properly implemented, the declaration will ensure that the use of explosive weapons is restricted and address the need for reconstruction and assistance to victims. States must actively develop plans for victim assistance and explosive ordnance risk education. We, as the youth, envision Oslo as a beacon of hope for humanitarian action. As a generation who bears the impacts of and responds to EWIPA, we are doing our part by your decisions to shape our future, our socioeconomic opportunities, and the sustainability of the world.
We thereby call upon all states in Oslo to 1. Endorse the declaration if you have not already done so. 2. Implement the declaration with an intersectional approach, ensuring civilian needs are met in an inclusive and well-informed manner. 3. Promote international cooperation among all relevant parties, including victims. 4. condemn all use of EWIPA as a moral imperative and a demonstration of global solidarity with affected communities. As youth, we stand at the forefront of change and believe that our collective voice can inspire action and create a future in which EWIPA use is a practice of the past. We invite all states, organizations, and individuals to actively support the political declaration on explosive weapons in populated areas. Together, let us protect civilian lives, preserve human rights, and foster a more peaceful and secure world.